Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first attempt at a live watch along for Working the Indies. We've done this with films in the past, and we've played them and had them watched along with. But here tonight, in about 6 hours away from me personally, is our beloved Los Angeles hosting a House of Glory pay-per-view, the City of Angels. And there's a lot of great matches on this card. 5 titles on the line tonight, as well as some pride and some interesting grudge matches, and a tribute to a legend in Kurt Angle tonight. I am solo tonight. My usual co-host Brian Tan has to get up early in the morning, and it is really late where he is right now. So he will not be joining me. Maybe he'll pop in and say hello or in the chat or such. You all are welcome, whoever is watching, to be in the chat and talk to me and during the matches. And you won't see it on the screen. How this watch along works is you see the QR code above my head right here. If you click on that QR code, it'll take you directly to the event page of where this match is being streamed, the official stream on Triller TV. If you sign up for Triller TV right now, you'll get a 7-day free trial, and you'll be able to watch this event for free, essentially. And then it's $7.99 per month every month after that if you want to stay with this Triller Plus program. I'm real excited for this match, real excited for this event, and to be here with you live. Hopefully it'll be a good time, and hopefully some of you will join us and say hello. That being said, let's talk a little bit about House of Glory, who they are, what they've accomplished, and where they are currently in the landscape of independent wrestling. So House of Glory is a promotion that was created in New York in 2012 by Amazing Red, one of the combatants of tonight's program. In fact, probably going to be in the main event. He's going to face, and we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later. He is a Puerto Rican wrestler who was having a hard time getting booked, so he came across an opportunity to run a wrestling promotion, and they created House of Glory. The current owner or current mainstay is Master P, who you might know very well as that Master P. Yes, the rapper Master P. He owns House of Glory and runs it behind the scenes. So House of Glory has had some infamousness to it. It was featured in an MTV documentary. One of their shows where kids want to be like something when they grow up. They want to be a pro wrestler, and MTV brings a pro wrestler over there, and so House of Glory was featured in that episode of that show. I think it's called Made, the name of the show. And then House of Glory also got a lot of press because it was the first show that Mercedes Moné showed up for in the States. So they've had that. Currently, their roster houses an impressive array of known talent and up-and-coming talent, a lot of which you'll see on this show tonight, which I'm real excited about because I think there's a lot of great up-and-coming talent here. The card, let's go through the card real quickly for you. It's going to have for the light heavyweight championship, Infamous versus Starboy Charlie. And then we have 51-50 in a tag team match against Main Event. This is a grudge match. They've been playing this up along the way in their touring. So there's a really great vignette on Instagram about it if you want to catch up. And then Zilla Fatu, the heir apparent in the Anawahi family, and the current Crown Jewel heavyweight champion, will face Willie Mack, who you might recognize from TNA and AEW. And then Mustafa, speaking of TNA, Mustafa Ali is making an appearance tonight, facing Cash Flow. That should be an interesting match as well. And then we have, let's go the women. The Women's World Heavyweight Championship is going to be decided tonight as the current belt holder and current Wrestler of the Year for our first Independent Wrestler of the Year. We declared Shotzi Blackheart. Spoiler alert if you've not seen that episode. But Shotzi Blackheart is facing Viperous tonight, and that should be an awesome match. And then we have our World Heavyweight Champion for the HOG, and that is Charles Mason, and he's going to face Ray Horace tonight. That should be another awesome match. Both are very familiar. If you've been watching NWA or watching New Japan, both of them are familiar in that aspect. And then, which I think is probably going to usurp the world title match. I'm not sure. They didn't really announce the order, so we'll see. But this, I would imagine, has some potential to be the main event, and that is Andrade El Idolo versus Amazing Red. The first time these two have ever gotten together, which is surprising considering they've chewed the same dirt in a lot of places in Mexico and Puerto Rico in the past. So this is an awesome opportunity to see two really, really impressive wrestlers go at it, and I'm going to guess they're going to get a pretty good amount of time to do what they do very well. So that's your lineup. It's going to be a really awesome card. I'm really excited to watch along with you all this amazing thing. We got 19 minutes, and then the show will begin. In the meantime, while we're waiting for the show, I just want to remind everybody who's here, please like, subscribe, comment, do all the things that you do for us here at Go Indie Now. We really appreciate that. On Sunday, we have let's go in chronological order, because tomorrow, for you wrestling fans, is our first show of 2026, our second season of Working the Indies with myself and Brian Tan. And Brian will be on this episode. And we're going to be talking about how wrestling landscape is changing and showing up on television. Something that triggered this was one FW's hiring of Scott D'Amore. And now they'll be available on Triller TV. And then, MLW has their weekly show, and then NWA has their weekly show on the Roku channel. And we talk a lot about where this is taking the year and who might benefit from this opportunity the most. So we'll be talking about that. And then, of course, we have This Week in Indies, which happens every noon on Sunday, noon Eastern on Sunday. And that is going to be hosted by Mr. S.M. Hillman. And you can see the names it's featuring a lot of great authors. And they're going to talk about the difference between writing a plot-driven story versus a character-driven story. So you definitely want to check that out. If you don't know the difference, it should be a really, really fun discussion for sure. That's what's going on here. And like I mentioned, if you're just coming in, if you want to watch the stream with us, you just have to watch it on your own, which you can do by clicking on the QR code right above me there. If you click on that code, it'll take you right to the Triller TV link, and then you can sign. If you're not a Triller TV member, you can sign up for Triller TV. Like I said, they're offering a 7-day free trial, so you can watch this for free. There's also an OVW event, their weekly show that goes on Triller TV. You can watch that, so you can watch more wrestling. There's a lot of wrestling on here. Also, Triller TV is one of the ones that offers a discount if you stay with them for AEW pay-per-views. So the Big Dog, they do house AEW pay-per-views, and you can get those for discounted rate with them. So on ROH as well, they do the ROH pay-per-views here as well. So that's a really, they're not a sponsor, but I really enjoy Triller TV. I think they've really got a really good thing going, and I can't wait for this event. City of Angels. So how this came about, I don't know if anybody knows the story of how House of Glory decided to do this in LA, but this was their fans. They put out a poll and they got to vote on which city would you like to see House of Glory go to next? And LA won by a landslide, as I can imagine, being more populated than probably Roanoke or any other city that might have got mentioned. Uh, and so, yeah, and that is how House of Glory came to do this event at City of Angels. They just announced today, they dropped today, the next event they're going to be doing, which is No Turning Back, and that'll be in New York, their home. And MJF is been pronounced as somebody who will make appearance. And we've got the Battle of the Onawagi family in that event with Zilla facing Lance. So that should be a really good event as well. That's one of the matches already signed for that card. And that card will be in February, I believe February 18th. I'll have to relook that up. I'll get that for you all and do that. But House of Glory is rocking and rolling, y'all, and it's going to be exciting. They usually do a pre-match thing, but they're not doing it tonight. So I don't know what's going on there. I have their YouTube channel up just in case they are doing a pre-match thing. That is free if you guys want to check that out. Usually they do like a pre-match thing, but nothing on their channel as of yet. So we'll see how that goes. They have not gone live yet. So there is nothing about that on their channel yet. So we'll see if they do something. They've got a pretty good card here, so I'm not sure that that's going to be the case. But House of Glory has a lot of great matches too. There's a lot of great matches on their site. Mercedes Moné versus Indy Hartwell, Zilla Fatu versus the Real One, which the Real One is Enzo Amore. A match from 2 years ago with Jacob Fatu and Jonah, who is Bronson Reed, if you don't know who Jonah is. And then Killer Cross versus Matt Cardona from just a few months ago, the match. And then the event in which Zilla and Lance turned on each other, where the Hardy Boys faced them and won the House of Glory titles. So the Hardy Boys are not here tonight. Sneaky suspicion that they might be somewhere in the Middle East. Just throwing that out there. One piece of news for those of you following wrestling who are interested in maybe who might be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. I'm going to spoil one for you right now of somebody who's not going to be there, and that would be Mr. Killer Cross, because Mr. Killer Cross had himself a night last night during the Battle Riot tapings of MLW. If you don't want to hear this is a spoiler. I'm warning you now. You can mute me for the next minute because I'm about to tell you that you have a new world heavyweight champion in Killer Cross. He won the MLW belt, so that virtually locks him into not being on a plane to Saudi Arabia, which was going to be tough anyway if he did that. But if you don't know the history between MLW and WWE, do some reading, Google it. I'm not your mother. Go find it on your own and Google it, and you'll be able to see the interesting history that is Court Bauer's lawsuits versus the WWE and all that. And so they're not on speaking terms, and I'm going to guess that nobody has offered any of their talent up to join Saudi Arabia today and be part of the Royal Rumble. So my guess is that, and I think it's a pretty safe bet, that Killer Cross will not be one of the surprise entrants in the 2026 Riyadh Royal Rumble. That being said, I think there's going to be some really good surprises tomorrow. I have to watch it at 10 a.m. in the morning, but yeah, it's going to be cool. I think they're going to put on a pretty good show. Royal Rumble is one of my favorite pay-per-views anyway, and I think that is going to be really well done. We'll see. I'm guessing the women will steal the show as they usually do. For that card too, you have AJ Styles in possibly his last match in WWE tomorrow He's putting his career on the line versus Gunther. And then you also have Sami Zayn going for his chance at world title redemption in another hometown. Poor guy has to wrestle in, or not a hometown, but a town that loves him in Saudi Arabia. In He's facing Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight title tomorrow. So, or is it the WWE Championship? It might be the WWE Championship. Sorry, not the World Heavyweight title. The World Heavyweight Champion is CM Punk. But Sammy is the man. Yes, definitely true. Definitely true. I really hope that at least this sets him up to get a bigger program. Even if he's not going to win tomorrow, I think he can be in the picture for a bit. It'd be cool if he won, but it could happen. It could. I mean, this Royal Rumble is very interesting because I think there's a lot of scenarios in which things could happen that we don't expect to happen, and so that'll be very interesting as well. So we're just counting it down. We're down to 9 minutes. Nothing's popped up on my screen yet as far as the show goes. So we'll sit and wait and talk about it. The match I'm most looking forward to on this card is probably Charles Mason versus Ray Horace. I have a feeling that the title might be changing hands tonight. I also have a feeling this might happen. Although I think Viperous is worthy of a chance at this title, I'm not quite sure that Shotzi is ready to give it up just yet. We're going to be cheering, of course, for our indie wrestler of the year in Shotzi Blackheart, but it'll be very interesting to see. This will be a good match. All these matches are pretty athletic, except for maybe the Fatu match in Willie Mack. That's going to be a banger. That's going to be two dump trucks running into a nitroglycerin plant, for sure. So that should be really amazing. If you want to see some sirloin sons of bitches beat the hell out of each other, that's your match. Although Zilla can move, so Zilla can get up on the ropes. He does swantons and moonsaults and things of that nature. I don't think I've seen Willie Mack do a swanton, but I know Willie Mack's not. He's not. I wouldn't call him nimble, but he's not slow and brooding either. He's not your typical big guy. He's got some moves. In fact, he's really not a big guy at all. He can compete. He's competed in the X division before. Although the X division is not what it used to be, where it was so rigid. About its being under 200 pounds, kind of, or under 6 foot, whatever their laws and rules were once upon a time. They don't exist anymore. So many people have been X Division champion, including, I believe, Kevin Nash has been X Division champion at one point. So, and he certainly is not a cruiserweight. So that's the card. I'm really looking forward to it. We're getting closer and closer. Should be really a lot of fun, and we'll talk through the matches. Over here, you'll see right here where it says a current live match. So if you come in and out, you'll be able to see which match. I'll pop the poster on the screen. That'll be the match that is currently being played on the pay-per-view, and you'll be able to hear it faintly in my background because I'm watching it right here in front of me on my phone. So I'll have the sound on, so hopefully that doesn't get me struck, but I'll have it so you'll be able to hear some of it if you don't want to get the pay-per-view. Otherwise, you're just going to be watching me watch wrestling, which I don't know how riveting that could be, but hopefully my brother's here, so that's my brother, everybody, Emperor's Trooper. So he and I will probably have some nice conversations throughout this thing as well. I do see a few people watching, so that's awesome. Thank you for joining me, and please feel free to come into the chat and hang out with us and talk about the show. We would love that. lots of great. If you want to just talk about the Royal Rumble or something else going on in wrestling, I'm totally cool with that as well. We don't have to sit and I'm going to be watching the show and relaying as much of it as I possibly can for you all, but we don't have to. There's going to be some downtime in there, so we don't have to necessarily. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Don't have to necessarily talk HOG all the way here. So anyway, so there you go. Yeah, 5 minutes left. So who do we got? I've already talked to my brother. I know who my brother's got for the Royal Rumble. So actually, Michael, did you ever give me your picks? I'm not sure if you gave me your picks or not. I personally am picking in the Royal Rumble, and probably somebody's going to come in here and ask me this question again. My picks are I'm picking for the women, I'm picking Liv Morgan. Although I do believe Bianca Belair is going to make an appearance and maybe the one that unseats her in that respect. But I do think Liv Morgan, it's her time, it's her chance, and I like her to win this thing. And I'm picking Roman Reigns in the men's. I think Roman Reigns is going to, it's just a natural, I mean, it just seems like they're not going to pull the trigger on the Roman Cody fatigue, hopefully. Who knows? The Rock's supposed to be there, so maybe The Rock changes the plan. I don't know. But, God, I hope not. I hope he doesn't stick his nose in there again. But I don't think we're going to get Cody Roman until they do the WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, which I think that's going to be the main event next year. So I think that Roman versus Punk is a good alternative if you're going to Vegas, and I think that's going to be probably the main event in night 2. So I like that. I like Cody though. I do like. I like an opportunity I think there's an opportunity to have like a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania where you have Cody, Jacob, Sammy, and Drew all competing and maybe Randy Orton too. I don't know. We haven't had a 4-way or 5-way match at WrestleMania in quite a long time. So I think that would be kind of cool. And I know that Triple H likes those. So that would be cool if that was the case there. And, one of them wins the Rumble and then one of them wins the Chamber and it just becomes a mess, right? Because I don't think they're going to get it. They're not going to get it. They just started the program with Jacob and Cody and Jacob and Drew, so I don't think they're getting away from that. I think some iteration of the three of them fighting. Then you throw Sammy in the mix, who so close, and this might be a way to get Sammy or Jacob the title without losing heat. Although Drew and Cody are made men, but still you could say, Jacob pins Cody, which would bring, all of that full circle. Or you could say, Sammy pinning Jacob or Jacob pinning Sammy. And that would be where, you get an opportunity there. But Michael says he's going to bet on Gunther. It's a good bet. I think there could be a scenario in which Gunther loses to AJ Styles earlier in the evening. They've done this. They've run this playbook before, where Gunther loses to AJ Styles via maybe Brock Lesnar coming out and making a fuss and giving Gunther some crap. I don't know, or maybe they bring back Anderson and Gallows for one night. I don't know, or Finn Balor maybe injecting himself. I don't know. But somebody injected themselves to allow for AJ Styles to stay and keep heat. And then, you have Gunther win the Royal Rumble. I will say this. If Gunther loses to AJ Styles tomorrow night, I would then change my pick to Gunther because I think Gunther will be winning the Royal Rumble. I think that's just the playbook they like to run. So it just makes sense, right? So 1 minute away, everybody. All right. They don't have anything previewing. It's kind of weird. I hope this is. I don't have to go anywhere else to see this. I hope I'm on the right screen. This is my first time doing this pay-per-view wise. I've always I've had the Triller app on my phone for a couple years now, and I've watched wrestling after. I've never watched it live before, so this will be the first time I do that. So yeah, and Monster Heels win the run. Yeah, I agree with that. Well, I mean, Cody's won it the last 2 years though, and then Cody won it 2 years, and then Jay, right? So not necessarily. It hasn't been that way recently, actually. In fact, I can't remember. Seth Rollins, maybe the last time a heel won the Royal Rumble. I think Seth was a good guy at that point. I think he was a face. Roman, every time Roman's won it, he's been a face. I can't think of a. I think you're wrong, man. I can't think of a bad guy that's won it in recent memory. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can go back and look. I don't know, but anyway, House of Glory is about to start, everybody. So we'll see what the first match is, and I'm sure they've got a little intro package or something going. Countdown to 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, live. Oh, they even have a chat. They have a live chat over there. That's cool. Michael says he's looking it up about the Royal Rumble. So. Come on. I'm getting the Zoom circle here. The bad connection circle. Hopefully, I mean, I got full connect, so hopefully it'll connect. Might have to go out and come back in. I might join the chat over there too. Yeah. What was the last time, Mike? When's the last time a heel won? I'm just curious. Brock, maybe? Was Brock a heel at that point? I mean, Brock's always a heel. So, yeah, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, Drew McIntyre was a face when he won too. So he was a good guy. Come on. They just updated. They might be running behind a little bit. I don't know. Did you get the update, Mike? It looks like 8 minutes. Yeah, ultimately that's true. I mean, you have Ric Flair winning it 1 year. Was Alberto a face when he won it? Probably. Sheamus was a heel. Sheamus has won it. Brock, obviously. Brock, who knows what Brock's been. Shinsuke was a face when he won it. Yeah. I mean, the women have had a different story there. The heel is, although Becky was a face when she won it. Charlotte was a face when she won it the second time, not the first time. And you had Ronda win it. Was she a good guy at that point, or did she turn heel? Drew won it a few years back. He was a face though when he won it. He was a good guy. He came in and eliminated Brock Lesnar. That was the year that Brock Lesnar threw out the first 11 guys, and then then Ricochet came in, and then Drew McIntyre followed him, and that was it. So, all right. Well, looks like they're running behind a little bit. 6 minutes. I get 6 minutes on my clock here, but I'll keep refreshing it and see if it comes up. But they updated it for 6 more minutes, so they must be having some technical. Yeah, he was a face. He was a face during that time. Yeah, he was a good guy for a little bit, for a while. I mean, Drew's always kind of been a tweener, but yeah, that's how that goes. All right. Well, House of Glory, not so glorious with their streaming so far. But I'm sure they'll get it together. Maybe they'll start it earlier than what they're showing here. But or maybe I I just got screwed out of opportunity to watch. Oh yeah, they updated it to 8:10. So yeah, Triple H won it in 2016. That was the year that Roman Reigns had to run the table. He was the champ. He had to run the table, or he loses the title, and then Triple H screwed him. Yeah, yeah. So he did win it in 2016. Yeah. So and he was a heel for sure. He was the authority at that point. So. And Roman was a face when he won that one. Roman didn't turn heel till after he won the title. When he came back from his leukemia, he turned heel the next. He got inserted into the match with the Braun Strowman when he was champion, and then he uh, uh, speared Braun Strowman through the barricade, and then and that was during the COVID stuff. So, and then he didn't lose the title for 3 more years after that, 4 more years. So, and then he was a heel, so he never had to be in the Royal Rumble as a heel until now. I mean, I think he wasn't there last year. I don't think. Was he in the Royal Rumble last year? No, I think he was. I do not think he was in the Royal Rumble last year. So I could be wrong about that, but. But Roman, every time he's in it, he's basically won it. So it's kind of sentimental to pick him at this point. Uh, from a feed I'm watching right now, it looks like there's a pretty good crowd going here. Should be a lively event. Cool. This is a. I've been to this Globe Theater before. I've seen concerts there and stuff like that. It's a pretty good theater. It's a neat little venue. It used to be. It wasn't called the Globe Theater though. It was called something else. When I used to frequent it. I want to say Paramount, but I think I'm wrong on that. But Michael, I don't know if you know the answer to that question or not. My brother and I grew up in Torrance, California, so we're Southern California natives. I was born in Hawthorne, which is ironically about 5 minutes from Compton, my last name. Which I was born in the '80s, so my name for quite a long time was straight out of Compton. But yeah, you're learning some intricate secrets about me, I guess. All right, for anybody who's jumping in and checking us out here, just to let you know again, above me is the QR code to the event itself. It's 2 minutes and 56 seconds as I'm pointing to start up, and then it's over at Triller TV. You can go there and sign up. It's a 7-day free trial, so you can get this for free right now. There's no money to put down, and then once that trial runs out, it's $7.99 a month if you do choose to stay. There's a lot of great stuff there. We're going to be covering a lot of it. OVW has their weekly show there. I'm going to watch that probably at some point over the weekend, as Brian and I will be getting together very soon to do our next episode of Working the Indies, which, by the way, while you're here and while we're waiting, tomorrow we will be dropping our very first episode of Working the Indies of 2026. We're going to be talking about the surge of independent wrestling on television. So MLW being on BN Sports, which good luck finding that channel. And then the Roku channel is featuring NWA weekly shows. And then you have, of course, the House of Glory, and then 1FW, which is the reason that conversation got sparked, because on Triller TV, they're going to be starting up their weekly shows again. And 1FW, for those who don't know, is a promotion that is run by Conrad Thompson, who if you listen to wrestling podcasts, you'll know who Conrad is. But he runs that promotion, he books that promotion, and he has brought on Scott D'Amore, who was the one who revolutionized TNA, who took away that horrible ring that the wrestlers hated and we as fans didn't care for either. This excited ring. Scott D'Amore was responsible for that, and he was also responsible for getting TNA back on its feet after the pandemic. And he's an incredible booker, and so they've got a real find there at 1FW, and should be really cool. So we'll be following them as well. We'll be following a lot of that. We'll keep you posted on who's doing well, who's not, who's going to the big time, and who's not. That too, we'll keep you on that. 25 seconds according to the timer. We'll see if they reset that again. And hopefully we're not missing anything. Hopefully they didn't start the show. And it's not the feed that's bad. It's the show didn't start. But this is typical. I've been to lots of live wrestling events, and they don't ever start on time. Obviously the WWE changes that aspect. Here we go. It's pulling up. It's got the little circles going again. This should be fun. Hopefully we'll get the show. We get the show. Come on, peeps. House of Glory. Hello, hello, hello. Come on. Again, one more time for anybody just jumping in. House of Glory pay-per-view is above me there. QR code. You can watch it along with us. It is siphoning right now, so hopefully we get in there and we get to watch, or we get delayed another 5 minutes. Who knows? We'll see. We're about to find out. Mine's still siphoning. I don't know if you're in yet, Mike, or not, but mine is still siphoning. So adjusting. We'll see. I don't even see the chat right now. So, I guess you have to join the chat. I just joined the chat, which I don't see. I don't see anybody chatting. Anyway, I joined the chat. And you're welcome to chat here as well, everybody. Like I said, we don't have to talk about House of Glory all the way through. I will be relaying what I'm seeing here and talking and giving my thoughts on it and watching it. That's what a watch along is, right? But if you have any wrestling questions or anything you would like to ask about independent wrestling, I'm becoming an expert on it, but I wouldn't say I'm a foregone expert on it, but I will try and give you an answer. Or wrestling in general. If you have a comment, if you want to give us your Royal Rumble predictions for tomorrow, that's great. Go ahead and do that in the chat. Do that in the comments. We're happy to hear what you think and debate it. I apologize for the dings. I'm watching the event on my phone so that I could be here with you all, so you'll hear the dings on my phone. You might even hear it ring. I don't know. Somebody's bound to call me probably. But anyway, yeah. I'm still just circling. There's nothing on the screen. There's not even a chat yet. So I'm not sure if we're going to get this delayed again. We're going to find out here in a moment. Oh, fun. I'm gonna pull it up on my TV, on my screen here, and see if I... Yeah, they've readjusted it to 820, y'all. 820. So there we go. We got another 6 minutes. All right. Well, things happen. This is how it goes. Hopefully, this won't make the show go till midnight, though. But yeah. I think it's going to be very interesting. I believe tomorrow. My predictions for who might be the surprise entrance. Obviously, it's no longer a surprise. If you've been following Dirt Sheets, you know that Powerhouse Hobbs is signed with the WWE, and he's most likely going to be entered into the Royal Rumble tomorrow. I think he's going to make an impression. He might be the guy that when you get to, because you're going to get some massive. You're going to get Jacob probably having a really good Rumble. You're going to have Braun and the Vision having a pretty good Rumble. In fact, I think the Vision probably will run the Rumble to begin with. I think the three of them will end up getting like one of the first 5 or 6 numbers. I believe tomorrow it's going to be Jey Uso versus Logan Paul to start the show. And they're going to go for a bit. I think, but beyond Powerhouse Hobbs, I do believe Jericho will be there. I think this is all a ruse by him and Tony Khan. Tony Khan's helping him play along by keeping his. Everybody's talking about how they're keeping his name on the roster page, but that's Jericho for you. He loves to do that, and I do believe he will come out to Judas, his new song. I believe that. They might do a countdown and then Judas, which would be kind of cool if they do the countdown within the Royal Rumble countdown. I think that could be neat. But I do believe Jericho will be there tomorrow. I'm calling that. Bianca Belair obviously is already been announced. Tiffany Stratton might be one that you might be surprised by. I do think Sol Ruka is going to make an appearance. NXT, she's a future star. Obafemi. Obafemi is the one I think they're going to give the Kane Award to tomorrow. Oba's going to probably eliminate 10 or 11 people, and then maybe Brock comes in, or perhaps Powerhouse Hobbs comes in, and there you go. You got Hobbs versus Femi. What a monster event that would be. That would be cool for WrestleMania too. We don't get very good side stories for WrestleMania sometimes, and I think that would be a really cool side story. Although they've done a lot better with that over the last few years, But yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't know that there's maybe Mickey James again. Maybe the inspiration. I don't know. But for the women, there's just not a whole lot of women I can think of. They've got a pretty good. I think they've got it pretty down to like 26 or 27. So that have already declared. So I don't think there's a lot of room for surprises. I think Sol Ruka is going to be one of those. Sol Ruka, perhaps maybe Jane, the current world champion. She might Jessie Jane. Is that Jessie Jane? I think here's her name. You might see Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints. Sorry, Ethan Page might be there. But as for the women, I don't think there's going to be many surprises in terms of that. There's not going to be a Ronda Rousey surprise, so I don't think that's happening. But you might get some returning action. Obviously, Bianca's already said she's coming back, so that's not a big surprise anymore. They've been saying that it's been easier to keep surprises because of the government of Saudi Arabia helping them kind of stay secret. So who knows? You might see the Hardy Boys tomorrow. That's why they're not here at this show defending their titles. They are the current House of Glory World Tag Team Champions. We'll go over the card one more time, just in case you missed it. We've got our Internet Champion Infamous taking on Starboy Charlie. You've got the Grudge Tag Team match at 5150 in main event. That's going to be a banger, guys. These guys can go. It's going to be fun. Zilla Fatu and Willie Mack, in which I think is going to be the big trucker, 2 brick walls colliding match. And then, of course, you got Mustafa Ali and Cashflow, which will be this high flyer event. For the World Heavyweight title, the current champion, Charles Mason, defends against Ray Horace. And I believe we're going to see a title change tonight for that. That's my prediction. I do not believe we'll see a child change here. I think Shotzi holds on to it for a little bit longer. I don't think Vipers is just there just yet, but this will be a really good litmus test to see how well she does on the stage like this. And then you'll have the founder of House of Glory, Mr. Amazing Red, taking on Andrade El Idolo in their first ever meeting. Two legends of the Latino Circle meeting. For those who don't know, Andrade's Andre. Jeez, I can't talk. Andrade's his father is of course Mil Mascaris, so he comes from a lineage of all lineages in terms of Mexican wrestling. Uh, Andrade, there you go. See, now I can say it. Andrade El Idolo. So yeah, he's an amazing talent. Uh, he's just I don't know if there's like an attitude thing with him, or I don't know why he should be bigger than he is, but he hasn't gotten over. He's back in AEW now, so we'll see. And he's making a pretty bold statement. I think he's taking on Swerve Strickland right now. I think the two of them are about to tangle, so that should be interesting. Or Darby Allin as well. Thought maybe Darby Allin would get that feud as well. But yeah, that should be interesting for sure. I know he went a mano in the backstage segment with MJF too, but MJF has his own problems with Brody King. And if you want to see a big guy versus a not so little guy, I mean MJF's not a little guy, but you want to see that match happen. I think that's going to be a really interesting match because Brody King can move. Brody King's not your typical big guy. He moves better than the Undertaker used to move in his prime. So, now they moved it to 8:30. Due to technical issues at the venue, start time is being delayed. So they actually gave it a face here. Down here below, they say that. Man. You'd think they would have tested this. I don't know, but this is indie wrestling for y'all. This is how it goes. Woohoo! Oh, I love it. Hi, Vanessa. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. We are waiting for the start of our event. It hasn't. They've been delaying it. Apparently, the venue is having problems. So, heading to bed. Just popping on to say hi and Master Lakeland. Thank you. Appreciate that. Love you. Thank you so much. Hope you have a nice evening of sleep. Looks like I'm not going to get some tonight. Although I think there's not that many matches here, so this will probably be maybe a 2-hour card. I'm guessing 2, 4, 6, 7 matches. Yeah, probably 2-hour card. So maybe 2.5. Because I think they're going to give Idolo and a Red an opportunity. Thank you, Vanessa. They're going to give Idolo and Red an opportunity to really go. I think they're probably going to go 30 minutes. I would imagine that Mustafa Ali gets some time too, because him and Cash Flow is going to be a really good match. You don't blink, you'll miss it with that one. I mean, you can if you want to have a match you can blink at, it'll be Fatu and Willie Mack. That'll be a match you can just your jaw will hit the floor when you see those two guys hit each other. And Charlie, as a champions go, and we didn't really give a lot of love to Charles Mason. He's kind of a newly minted indie star, or reinvigorated indie star, I should say. He kind of came back into the scene and kind of ran back into being an independent wrestler. He was really going for it in the in the bigger time aspect of it, I believe he was in New Japan. I'll look that up for you guys right now. But he's really he's a really good he's a really good technician. He does a lot of good mat work. He's a good psychology wrestler. I like the way he wrestles psychology wise. GCW was GCW champion for a little bit. He's 251 currently in 2023. In 2023 he was ranked 251. Maybe he was hurt for a little bit then. You know, he debuted in 2017, so he's a newly minted wrestler. He's 32, but he won the title in a battle royal, and he's held on to it since then. So that's been pretty cool. For those that don't know, the current stream is not started yet. They're having technical issues at the venue, and start time is being delayed. They've knocked it back to 8:30, so it still gives you time to go and get in there if you want. You can go above me right there to the QR code, click on the QR code above my head, and get into Triller TV to go right to the event itself. Sign up for Triller TV. It is on a free 7-day trial right now, so you can watch it yourself for free for 7 days. Unlimited replays too, so you can stop it if you want to go to bed and watch it later. You can do that. It's unlimited replays, even on the 7-day trial, because I'm on the 7-day trial right now, and they're telling me I have unlimited replays. And then $7.99 every month thereafter, and you can get a ton of wrestling, a ton of boxing. They have cricket on here, pro cricket, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna check that out. I don't know why. I was fascinated by it when I watched it. I was at a bar and I was watching. It was the only thing on in the bar, and I was like, this is interesting. I don't know why. I don't know why I got into it, because it's kind of stupid. Well, it's not stupid. I shouldn't say stupid. That's a bad word. It's kind of weird. The way they score, what they do, they don't really do a whole lot. The pitching and the hitting is interesting. But anyway, so there's cricket for you. There's rugby on here, pro rugby leagues, all the premier leagues on here. Like I said, OEW does a weekly show. That's the Ohio Valley Wrestling, which used to be NXT before it was NXT. If you didn't know, that's where John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Brock Lesnar all got their start. They were all part of that Natty Neihart as well. She was a part of that. One of the first classes there. And they all got their start at LVW, which used to be run by Mr. James E. Cornette as well. Little interesting, stupid facts that I know about wrestling. I know too much about it sometimes. But yeah, that's and then of course Cornette in his infamous blowout time period blew it up and got into it with Vince McMahon, and that's what circled the whole wagons and created NXT. So there you go. All right. I'm drinking all this water and stuff, and you may be watching a blank screen for a few minutes, maybe in between matches here, as I empty the bladder. Also, probably need a stand because I've been sitting for almost an hour now, just sitting. So I'll get some circulation back in my legs here in a minute. I hope that you guys are keeping hydrated. I hope you're being safe if you're on the East Coast. If you're on the East Coast, thank you so much for being here. Holy crap, it's 11:30 there. I appreciate you all being up and watching. This is cool. Thank you so much. If you are one of the people I see here in the stream watching, so thank you. I appreciate that so much. And if you're on the West Coast, let's give love to our East Coast brethren, because they're packed in their ice and snow right now. A lot of them, and a lot of bad weather, where we are blessed right now. I believe it was 80 degrees in LA this day. Michael, you can correct me if I'm wrong there, but it's never gets that high up here at this time. I live in Northern California, for those who don't know. It's about 60. Well, right now it's 55, but it was in the 60s today. High 60s, 66, 67, something like that. Anyway, uh, yeah. So oh, it was near 50s and near. It was in the 50s near Bakersfield. Yeah, you live in the mountains, so yeah, that makes sense. Uh, I'm also trying this new chat feature on StreamYard. If you can see over there, you can see the comments to my right, to your left, most likely on the screen. Um, 20 seconds, so we'll see if they've got this fixed. Hopefully, let's hope. Oh, I'm not praying man, but I'll Buddha pray. Uh, Buddha pray. Anyway, you know, we lost a great one today in Catherine O'Hara. Michael and I were talking about that before I went on there. So RP to Catherine. She was, boy, was she amazing. All right, here we go. Here we go.
And while there's love being shown to the main one,
Fatu's in the ring right now, everybody. Talking to the crowd.
and the most hurtful part about this whole journey, it be the ones closest to you to mess that up.
Fatu's talking about the turn of his brother Lance.
At the last House of Glory show back there in New York,
Somebody wrote in the live chat. I don't know if you're in the live chat, anybody, but somebody wrote in the live chat. HOG brought to you by my 2010 webcam. That cracks me up. Well, it is very blurry and very choppy right now. It is. It is not good. The stream does not look very good. But the crowd is amazing. Holy crap. There is a ton of people around the ring right now. And Fatu is calling out Lance Anawahi. Oh, everybody in the chat of this live stream is just crapping on the audio and the video of the stream right now. Oh, poor House of Glory. I don't think it's their fault. I think it's the venue, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it's live. It's happening, and Zilla is going ape shit about Lance Anawaki right now. I'm really enjoying the chat right now, to be honest with you. Just need a tripod and a boom, and I can do this better. Went dark. Brought to you by an Android phone. I can't see anyone. It appears that we are going to have Zilla Fatu versus Willie Mack to start our show tonight, which is a banger of our first match. That's a kind of interesting choice. The stream is extremely choppy and it's frozen currently. Uh, I'm just calling a spade here, man. You know, I don't want to crap on this. I really hope that this fixes itself, but it is bad right now. Uh, Someone said this is worse than TNA. Come on, that's not right. That's not right. That is not right. Willie Mack is entering the ring right now, everybody, to some theme music. He's kind of walking around. A weird way they're entering. Uh, so they're starting from the right and then kind of walking around the screen. Oh, now the screen just went black. Uh, and they're walking around the screen into because the crowd is so there's a crowd in so the way that it's focused here from what I see is the crowds are all on the floor. There's a crowd in front of a big screen, which is the straightaway cut camera. There you go. Stream got a little better. Now it's green. And then there's two sides, and then I'm guessing there is a group in front of the ring as well. No, maybe not. It looks like it's three-sided here. So this is not Willie Mack that came out. Interesting. Now there's a battle going on, a fight. Can't tell with who because that's not Willie Mack that he's fighting. But there is a group of people fighting here, and yeah, it just looks like ants from this angle. Uh, it was Lance who came in. Lance jumped in. Lance jumped in with his boys, and then you got Zilla with his security. They're holding him back. Zilla almost hit him with a spike. My feed froze again. Oh, yeah. Zilla's leaving the ring. So this may not be the first match. Hmm. Good ring announcer. gotten choppy again.
Now ready for the first match?
Well, Jimi Hendrix to come out too. Nice. That will get me shadow banned here. Besides, I don't know how much you all can hear from what I'm watching, but I'm guessing pretty good because my camera picks up the audio pretty well, I think. So. But Starboy Charlie's entering, and again, it's this weird stage that they've got. It's kind of interesting. So they enter from the right, and then they jump onto the Titantron area where they have like this little stage in front of this big Titantron. They walk across that, go down to the left, and then walk around the ring if they want to walk around the ring and then get in. Very interesting. I've never seen a setup like this. It's kind of cool, actually. Starboy looks pretty good. Oh, now we just lost signal from the venue. Well, y'all, I think this is going to be a failed experiment. Not on my part. I think we're going to see some failure from the venue here. I'm not sure we're going to get wrestling tonight, which sucks. But hopefully, they're recording this not through the stream. They're recording it in other means so that we can go back and watch something with a decent camera effect. Uh, mm, I think we're shit out of luck, y'all. Yeah, it is unbelievably choppy. Yeah, I mean it's like 1984 AOL. Uh, but yeah, now it's just saying no signal from the venue, waiting for incoming signal. Uh, well, this looks like a failed experiment. Well, I mean, early night for me, I guess. But I don't know. We'll give it some time. We'll give it a chance to kind of. Ah. Oh, they stopped it, Mike. So they just cut it. so. Oh man. Due to technical issues at the venue, quality is not good. Video will be replaced with proper version in the next few days. So we're gonna have to wait for that. That's too bad. It would have been nice to catch that live and to see that live. Uh, I'm real sorry, everybody. That really sucks for our first event. Uh, we should have just done the CMLL one. That's going on right now too. I think they're on the main event though right now. Uh, uh, that's too bad. Um, I'm looking to see if there's anything else going on that we could stream while we're doing that, but it doesn't look very good. Well, we got OVW Rise. If you're following along with me, you can check that out, I guess, for a little bit. Uh, I don't want this 11-minute crap. Wow, OVW is 2 hours long. Holy crap. What is going on? 2 hour long weekly episode? All right. Interesting. Well, sorry, everybody. We'll catch that on another day. Thank you all for coming. It looks like Triller TV is kind of, hopefully they reimburse us on a 7-day trial, because that kind of sucks. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to subscribe anyway. But yeah, that really sucks, everybody. I'm real sorry. This would have been a lot of fun to. I think we had a good crowd going here. We had a lot of people here, and yeah, man, that just really sucks. Nothing we can do about it. I mean, it's Triller TV's call, not mine. And yeah, there's no broadcasting going on here. So we'll just have to. Everybody go check it out when it comes up. I'll let everybody know when the actual stream is up so that we can watch. Sorry, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll try this again. I'm sure Triller TV's not too happy about this either, but we'll try this again. Actually, let me hang on a second. I'm gonna go see how Fight. This is on Fight. No, it's the same thing. Triller TV is the same thing as Fight. Oh yeah, that's right. They're the same now. Okay. So let me go see House of Glory. See if they're streaming it on their YouTube real quick. Let's see. They're not live, so they're not streaming on their YouTube. That sucks. That would have been kind of a cool way to do that. Oh well. Excuse me. So, yeah, real bummer, man. I did too. I wanted to hang out and see this. All right, well, we'll do it again soon. Maybe next month we'll figure out another event, and hopefully that will be planned better by the promotion and hopefully the venue. And we'll go live again. Sorry for anybody who's watching the replay of this, who was hoping to get some results and everything like that. I will not know the results of the show until we watch it. So, so that being said, that's too bad for that. I think though this worked out pretty good. Let me know in the comments, how you felt, and if this is a cool way to watch wrestling. Maybe just the time difference makes a difference too. But I think this is kind of a neat thing to do. So we'll do more of it in the future. And thank you all for joining me. And remember that it's always time to go in and out. We'll see you again soon, everybody. Bye.